What's up, Crustacean Nation? Andrew Bandstra here alongside Chris Mazza. Really happy to be joined by Chris. He, of course, played for the Blue Crabs and is now in the MLB with the Boston Red Sox. Chris, thanks so much for taking some time and joining us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's great to be on here and be back in touch with the Crustacean Nation.
Thanks so much, man. So, first, obviously, talk a little bit about the journey, playing for the Blue Crabs, obviously in the minors for a while, making a couple indie ball stops, and then, making your MLB debut after all of that. Talk a little bit about that journey and how the Blue Crabs kind of had an impact on your journey.
Yeah, it's been definitely a wild ride, being released twice and then kind of scuffling for a sec and, went to played indie ball in California, just kind of stay in shape. And then, was able to get on with the Blue Crabs and they gave me an opportunity. And, it really helped me out a lot because they pushed to get some calls from some Philly ball teams. And, Seattle ended up pulling the trigger and actually giving me a chance. And then never would have thought a year later I'd be pitching in the big leagues.
Yeah, so, obviously you played in the minors for a while, and then after here you made it up to the MLB. So it was a long journey. What was that moment like when you finally got the call that you were going to go, play for the Mets for that in the MLB for the first time?
It was unbelievable. It was a dream come true. It was interesting because when they called me, they weren't sure if I was going to be active or not. Like, they were just like, "Hey, we're going to get you on a plane to Philly. If they activate you, you're obviously going to be up there. But if not, you're just going to fly back, and then we'll just go with your next start." So I actually got the phone call that I was going to get activated right as we were pulling back from the terminal at the airport. So that was a lot less stressful plane ride than I thought it was going to be.
No doubt about it. So what's it been kind of working? Obviously you've been alongside a lot of guys throughout your career, but not everybody says they get to be on the same pitching staff as guys like Jacob deGrom. Obviously Syndergaard, and then, guys like Chris Sale. And what's kind of that been like? What's that experience been like? Have you learned anything from them? What's it been like just working next to Cy Young Award winners?
I'll tell you what, man, it's really fun to watch. You almost have to – you catch yourself being a fan sometimes. Like last year, like watching Jake pitch some of those games, you're just like, oh crap, wait, I gotta stay locked in because I might have to pitch some point this game, and you're just in awe of what he's doing. So we've had talks. Sale really pitched too much, just with conversations, and really nice guy to talk to. So I'm really excited for next year, getting to know him a little better, and seeing where everything will go next year and how that would go.
So my last question would be kind of how was last year compared to this year? And that last year obviously was so new. This year, you started the season at the alternate side, right? And then you got the call up. But does it feel a little bit more normal, a little bit more natural now?
Yeah. So, last year, everything was – it went all right. It started off really good, and then, then you kind of hit that learning curve.
Right.
From being up there. And then, I think last year in September, I think I had 4 outings where I went 4 plus scoreless. So it was like, okay, I'm starting to figure it out. And then this year has felt really good. You know, less. I'm just like I'm a lot more calm this year. Like with everything, just that knowing you actually belong to be up here,
Yeah, no, for sure.
and that makes everything a whole lot easier. And I think it's shown in my outings. I know some of the outings don't really have the results that I feel like I threw. Like the second time I faced the Yankees, I think they hit 2 hard balls the whole entire game, and I ended up giving up 4 runs. Like
Yeah,
I had 2
I'll never
bloops and a
forget
ground
that.
ball that hit first base.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was watching that game, and they zoomed in on Aaron Hicks's face after that, and he was just smiling ear to ear, and I was just thinking
Yeah,
to myself, I mean, that's just bad luck. And I'm sure the staff and everything, they understand. They know you're pitching well.
yeah. And then my last 2 outings have gone really well. I mean, even the Phillies game, and I almost kind of got bit by that again with the two bloops that ended up coming up with 2 runs. But able to bear down and throw 4 scoreless after that was big.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like throughout your career you've dealt with a lot of adversity. So naturally, when you get in the MLB, it'll keep coming. But we really appreciate you, spending time talking to us, and everybody in Southern Maryland's rooting for you, and we appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thanks so much.